Just a normal pharmaceutical run. Nothing suspicious to see here. Welcome back to The Legend of Zelda! Last time! We made our way through the dragon! Not the dragon you're probably thinking of. This time, we're gonna make our way through and look for the 7th dungeon. There's nothing really for us in the overworld anymore, aside from maybe some secret rupees and everything. So we can just move on straightwards to Dungeon 7. But where is it? God knows. I mean, I know and I'm showing it off. This is a very obscure thing of all things. You need to use the recorder on the second lake here. So you know how, like, there were 2 different, like, fairy lakes. The one with no fairy in it is supposed to be the clue. How you were supposed to know that it was the flute that you had to use for that is beyond me. Oh god, what enemy are you? I know for a fact that you're easy, but what are you? But I remember, one of my friends, his uncle used to play this game a lot. But my friend was saying that for a while, he was stuck for like either months or years trying to look for Dungeon 7. And it was only with the age of the internet that he finally figured it out. Because he found it online on GameFAQs and everything. Because I ended up playing this by the time, like, games started to just have online guides and everything. Because I started playing around, like, I got this game in 2011. Because I got it on WiiWare. So by that point, I already had guides that tell me, like, where everything was, essentially. So I could easily find and locate Dungeon 7. But, yeah. Like, again, this game really was, like, its own beast back in the day, because, like, you had people making their own maps, literally drawing their own maps and everything. I literally... My notes are just, I can just take a PNG of the full map of the dungeon, and just kind of draw a line as to what the most, like, what the best path is supposed to be. That is, assuming I have enough keys, which... I think I needed 4 keys, and I actually don't have enough keys. This is actually kind of a concern. There's a secret in the nose. Sounds pretty suspicious. We'll look at it later. For now, we've got Dig Dogger, who goes down in 2 hits with the magic sword. Oh! Never mind, Stalfos are in more than one dungeon. I didn't know this. I thought they were a one-and-done thing. Huh. I would never have guessed. Oh well. I only look at the layouts, I don't really look at what enemies are within each room. I just kind of look at the floor plan of the dungeon, just kind of see where everything is, just so I can get a good, like, understanding of where to go. Some places here require bombable walls. They require bombs. Why do I keep saying they require bombable walls? They are bombable walls. They require bombs to be opened. We use the candle. It kind of sucks that we can only use a candle like once per screen. It'd be kind of nice to just have an item that would allow us to use the candle more than once. I don't know what will give me that idea. We're Gorias, and they removed my ability to actually, like, use the blade beam. Luckily, that one actually dropped a heart, so we're good on that end. We have Dodongos. Oh! You can actually kill them with the smoke. So that was the strategy I was talking about. You can actually, like, they'll be stunned by the smoke, and they'll actually be vulnerable to that. I don't know why it took that long for us to show it off, but, I mean, the first time we saw a Dodongo, it was the second dungeon, and I just wanted to show the BS way of killing it, which was just lobbing bombs into its mouth. Which, again, is one of the strategies they intended for you, but... That boss fight really has to suck knowing that you may not have enough bombs to even fight the boss in the first place if you've just been using your bombs constantly. Like I've been doing. Let's use the magic wand. This is honestly one of the most, like, usable, like, dungeon items. You're probably gonna be, like, leaving this in your slot once you get it, because, like, it's a projectile item that you can just use indefinitely when you don't have the blade beam. I believe it carries the same amount of damage as, like, the wooden sword, but at least it has constant range, and doesn't cost rupees. One more dig dugger. This time, it's got 3 of them. Gives us a fairy too. This is surprisingly kind. Or at least it was up to the point I got damaged. More Gorias. You're not... You're not the magic wand. What are you doing here? How did you take damage? I attacked you from the side. What? That was weird. Never mind that. Only got one more enemy, and we can actually reach him from all the way on the other side of the block. Open the door. Grumble, grumble. This is why we need the meat. That grumble, grumble. He's not grumpy. That was his tummy grumbling. We feed him the meat, and he just disappears immediately. Like, he just vanishes. Meat's so good, you reach a new state of nirvana, I guess. You can't really attack us, because you can't really reach us. We're getting a surprising amount of fairies. We've had, like, 2 or 3 now? It's actually kind of nutty that we've actually been getting this many healing items. Usually dungeons aren't this generous. There's a secret over here. Another bombable wall. Actually using it in the right context for once. Now, some people have been theorizing that this is actually a secret in the nose. But this is nowhere near the nose of the dungeon? So it's really weird. It doesn't really make a lot of sense, either. Speaking of noses, something I should have brought up. This dungeon is known as the Demon. I never saw it as a demon, I always saw it as the head of a crocodile, or an alligator. Another fairy. What is happening here? What is happening? Why all the fairies all of a sudden? This usually never happens. What the heck? You can already hear the dungeon boss. Unfortunately, we're not actually going for it. We can't actually reach it. There's no bumble walls here that actually gets us to the dungeon boss from this area. I'll stop wasting bombs and actually start using the magic wand now. And the blade beam. And what are you? You are the dungeon item. We get the red candle now. Eh? See what he was doing there? Very blatant foreshadowing, eh? Clever, eh? Not really, but I like to think I was clever. This isn't really much use to us right now, but now we can use the candle as much as we want. There's no limit to how many times we can use the candle on one screen. Magic wand, save me now. Wonder if I can, like... No, it's just one or the other. Or if we get both, it's not fast enough to actually, like, directly hit both. So right now, Blade Beam's the best solution for us. More bombs. We don't have keys. Okay, I guess we are going back to the other part of that level. I'm not cutting, though. You guys have to watch me. But this does let me talk about something I want to talk about. I recently had the displeasure of having to order something off of Amazon. And yes, I'm gonna ignore that fairy, because that's like the 6th one. I've already reacted once to it, I'm not gonna react to it again. But... so, getting the packages was fine. Like, I got the packages just fine. They arrived earlier than expected. No bother. What I didn't expect, because they didn't tell me, somehow my order got duplicated, so a few days later, I get the same package. They also charged me for the order, which means I had to send it back. Problem is, the sellers in Amazon were having a constant shenanigan of who was returning it. Because if Amazon returns it, it has to be free. But Amazon was saying they're not the ones responsible. But the sellers were saying they're not the ones responsible either for it. So eventually I had to convince Amazon to just say, okay, if you pay back the return shipment, we'll reimburse you. So I go do that. Then they didn't. They were like, oh, we can't refund you the money. All we can do is give you a store credit. Which already pisses me off enough, because, like, I bought the items on Amazon US because they weren't available on Amazon Canada. I don't need credit for Amazon US. Like, so now I'm stuck with Amazon credit that I'm probably not going to use, at least not for a long time, and by the time I can use it, I don't even know if the deal's going to be still on anymore. Which is kind of tilting. However, there is one sort of silver lining to this. So I paid for the shipment in Canadian money. They reimbursed me in American money. Which means that since I paid in $43 Canadian for the return shipment, they gave me $43 back in American. Which technically means I made money. Yeah, it's a weird roundabout way of doing it, which is kind of odd. But at the same time, like, I have at least some money back. I'm still pissed off, but I at least got a Pyrrhic victory. Oh, you guys are back! And you have bubbles. Alright. This is a mistake in 3/4. I didn't expect the Wall Masters to come back. And these guys are being smart. Oh god! Wow, we lived? We actually lived, what the heck? I genuinely thought I was supposed to get hit by full Ore Master there. Actually, they're Wall Masters. I lucked out. Also, I don't know why that didn't work earlier. I pressed it earlier and it just didn't do anything. Oh well. This should lead us near the boss now. You just have to beat some more Gorias. So, not gonna lie, this has been a surprisingly easy dungeon. Like, yeah, we got hit a lot, but we got a lot of healing items. Like, we got a lot of fairy drops for no reason whatsoever. Anyway, we bombed this wall. It brings us to Aquamentus! And they didn't give him extra anythings. 2 hits. Now what? It's too early for a party. I guess we'll celebrate by getting the Triforce! Next time on The Legend of Zelda, we go for the 8th dungeon. See you guys then.